Hey, Horror Hive, we are hitting the stage, baby. One night only.
In New York City, we haven't done any other shows this year, but Mandy's leaving for Atlanta, so we decided we need one night all together in New York City.
That's right. So Tuesday, December 3rd at SONY HALL, we are bringing you a very, very special show that you do not want to miss.
You've never seen this show before. It's only going to happen for one night. That's it.
That's it. So make sure you get your tickets now. You can go to the SONY HALL website to get your tickets. One night only with Mandy B and Weezy WTF. You can also check the link in our bio on our Instagram to get tickets as well. We cannot wait to see you. Again, that is Tuesday, December 3rd at SONY HALL here in New York City. Get your tickets now.
See you there.
All right, hey guys, welcome to another episode of Horrible Decisions.
I want to wave like this.
Why?
I didn't know our guest was Miss Teen.
That's crazy.
So
That's crazy.
my name's Weezy,
Oh yeah, and I'm Mandy, aka Full Court Pumps, aka that bitch.
and we got our girl Kamie Crawford on. We met at a going away party.
Yes.
Wait,
Yes.
someone's going away party at Kayla Nicole's house, who's everybody's fitness goals,
Yes.
and just loved on each other. So I'm really glad this is our second time even seeing each other.
Yeah.
But yeah, did a little bit of Googles. Just show me the wave real quick.
Girl, I never wave. If you see me wave, I've never waved like that before in my life.
So how the fuck you got Miss Teen USA?
Well,
Miss Teen-
exactly. That was my first
She said I
pageant.
talked. She said I got to tell them that I
Wait.
wanted world peace.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
all you
Duh.
don't win by the way, bitch. You win by your answers
World
and how you wear a
peace.
dress.
Was
Yes.
World Peace the answer?
No. It's
What was the
never
question? You remember?
I'm a Scorpio. Destruction is always the answer.
Oh, shoot.
No. My question was, I feel like I got the hardest question out of all the girls. I'll
Girl,
be honest with you.
Because you black.
Always.
That's
And
why.
it was a black judge that asked it. So I was like,
What does
okay.
NAACP stand for?
No, she asked me by the way, I was 17 years old. She asked me, what has been your greatest contribution to society this far?
Whoa.
God damn. At 17?
That's what I said.
Bitch.
I was like,
I go to school on time. I have perfect attendance.
I got not even that.
Wait a second.
Not even that.
What was your answer at 17, your contribution to fucking society?
Well, thankfully, I had been contributing to society at that point because when you win your state title, like you do a bunch of appearances and stuff like that. So I was already building a platform off of like talking to young girls about women's empowerment and like
Dope.
being yourself. And so I was able to talk about that. But I was like, bitch, you just put me in the trick bag.
At 17,
What state was it?
Maryland.
Weezy, what was your contribution at 17 to society?
Bitch, taxes, because I was going to jail. Let's not forget that.
That- you went to jail at 17?
I went to jail at 14 years old for taking the car out. I got arrested.
Oh, that's not fair.
Then I went to jail 15 for stealing and 16 for a fake ID. Then
That's
I got
not fair either.
Then I got arrested at 17 in handcuffs, but they didn't book me. And I was fighting an Antigua.
And then 21 again
Oh.
for the DUI.
I never had a DUI. Ever.
Not
why was
yet.
your license taken away?
Just kidding.
Because my license was suspended. I've never drank. I don't agree with
okay.
drinking and driving.
Okay.
But anyway, that would be my platform stance.
Yeah.
Bitch.
Taxes? Okay.
Taxes.
No. I was gonna say DUI. No, dead ass. Like for me, because I just love to go crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it's really simple and people will take care of you. Like I've driven
Yeah.
people, I don't know if I see they're fucked up or like it's
Yeah.
easy.
Well, now there's no excuse. There's Uber. Like
Right.
when I was going
There's
out in
no
my
excuse.
heyday,
It was hard, but
you had to call a cab company.
I've
Oh,
slept in the
I say
backseat.
it all the time. I hate when I go back down south and there's like bragging rights on how great people drive when they're drunk. And I was like, not with
No.
me. I'm precious cargo, bitch.
People do talk like
It's
that.
not worth
Yeah,
it.
and I hate it.
It's not
I
worth
absolutely
it.
hate that conversation. Y'all, if you have friends that are out here bragging about how great they can drive while they're drunk, please correct them and make sure that they take Ubers.
Yes,
Because
because
it
I
ain't
got
worth it.
suspended.
It ain't worth
no,
it.
my license got taken because I kept driving on it suspended because I had so many tickets. And
Girl.
honestly, the system really sets you up though. So
Yeah.
at first you get one ticket, you can't afford to pay it. So obviously you got to drive so you can afford to pay it off.
Right.
And I think what kind of happens when you're in those early years is like you're almost defaulting on one bill at a time.
Yeah.
My rent's paid. I didn't pay those tickets, but it's all right because my rent's paid.
Right.
All right, I paid the tickets. My phone might cut off, but it's always kind of like going through that shit. But
Everything is a racket.
Yeah.
I think if I were to compete in a pageant today, first of all, they wouldn't allow me because I'm too vocal. But like, I think that my platforms would be a little bit different. I still obviously love to empower women and make women feel great about themselves. Everything I do is for the bitches, always. But there's a lot more shit out there in this universe.
Yeah,
that I think
at 17, I'm trying to think. I think for me, it would just be more so like my mom. We used to volunteer for the Special Olympics.
Yeah,
so we would do
Well,
something like that. At the time that we did it, yeah, and it would be like a full day. It was fun. Me and my sisters would go with my mom. She really liked us to do that, and then I was in all the like clubs in school. So I was in the Fellowship of Christian Athletes, and I led I know with my dad. I know
with the cross earrings.
I know. Listen, don't do that. I was just in all of the school clubs and would do tutoring and shit because I was smart as hell. So I would just be like that. I'm trying to help these niggas graduate.
Yeah,
and,
I love that.
You know, I was something like that.
Probably helped so many people.
What would I
should have competed.
If I got into a pageant today, I would use it as this little trick to tell everybody about Palestine and some shit.
Oh my God. Well, that's probably why I wouldn't be allowed today.
Yeah. I think we're such in a political landscape right now. Yeah. I can't imagine what the hell them, because we can't keep saying world peace. That shit ain't gonna happen. Let's be realistic.
The thing is,
soldiers die in war, bitch.
Nobody ever has to say world peace, but there is a certain level of political correctness that you have to have. We're taught, first of all, it has taught me so much about interviewing and like being concise, but it has also taught me about, at the time, that you had to see both sides of every issue. So whether or not, if it was anything political, you had to appeal to everyone because you're supposed to be everybody's princess. You're not just one person's princess. And you have to get an entire group of judges to vote that you should be their princess.
So you got to be phony.
So you have to be a little bit
It's trash. You can't even be yourself, basically.
You have to.
I recently became cool with Elle, who was Miss USA. Was she the first Black Miss USA?
No.
Okay.
No.
She's the one I know, bitch.
Yeah.
But anyway, when I met her, went out, had drinks. We went to Black Coffee, the DJ. I know people might think that was a cafe.
Yeah.
But we
like,
hung out a few times, and every time I'm around her, I'm like, damn, she seems so nice, so easygoing, even while having a drink, attitude didn't change. And I really do think people that do pageants kind of just have to have that even kill.
You have to
you can see how everybody likes you.
You have to have a mask. You have to have a mask.
That sounds miserable.
It took me a long time and a lot of therapy, even though it was my first pageant, to unlearn and undo that because it was hindering my work as a TV host.
That sounds, it sounds miserable.
Well, that's how I got to find your page again. Was through your TV show, being on Catfish. Literally, I think it had just been, I don't know if it was modeling shit, but how else do people know you besides Catfish?
A lot of people have been following me since my Miss Teen USA days. So since I was 17, I'm 32 now.
Well, I wasn't following you. I was like,
I'm grown now.
Okay, so you're 33.
And then Catfish was like, that was my big break. So people definitely started knowing me then. That was
Black
when I was
girl
25.
on Catfish, bitch.
Listen,
I
long overdue.
That.
They needed it.
Right.
They needed it.
Because the two white men and the one white man left, and it was only one white man. We need some.
There needed to be female energy, period.
Agreed.
Actually, that's a good point.
Like, it just needed to, there's a certain level of understanding and things that we can sense that they admitted, like, as guys, they just didn't get.
Yeah.
When I was on Twitter at the time, I'm suspended now, but I remember when you got announced.
Oh, shit. You have a lot of suspensions. What's happening?
I don't get it.
I'm from Florida. That clears it up.
Yes.
But my one tweet about you was people started to be like, oh, I'm clicking on her video. I don't know if she's going to be this or that. And I remember reposting it and putting, I don't give a fuck if that bitch boring. This is what I want to see.
Oh, I love you.
Because
Thank you.
Think about it. When you get to see a win, it doesn't matter if you know that person or not. It's a show we all grew up with. So it's like, oh, wow.
Yeah.
I'm just so happy you were part of that journey.
Thanks.
So we're going to do some little icebreakers with you. And this is what I came up with. This is Would You Rather, but Catfish edition.
Oh, shit.
So I'd like to know, celebrity crush, we know you got a man, but if he ain't exist, who would it be?
I don't like any of
Girl, we don't want to hear that shit.
They're all, here's the thing. I think that after I got into certain spaces and you actually see these people in real life, you're like, ugh.
Nope, I didn't do that with Method Man.
Oh.
Nope,
I cannot relate.
I did not.
I cannot relate.
That's crazy. I didn't do that.
Becoming a house DJ made it worse.
Skepta is fine.
Boom, here we go.
Skepta is shorter than me.
That's all. Oh,
so like that.
Is he?
I'm 5'9".
He is not shorter than 5'9". No. Skepta is tall. Oh, bitch, we is Google.
Now you
no.
Listen,
you must be talking.
You on the show to have a good time.
Skepta is 6 feet tall.
Bro,
ain't no way.
Any man who says that they're 6 feet tall.
If the internet says he's 6 feet,
Google said it.
Okay, no.
Subtract
if Google
2.
says 6 foot, He is not 6 feet tall. I say this all the time about Allen Iverson.
No, it's not okay.
No, I'm not gonna lie. They say
it's
that.
unit centimeters.
Nah, they say that Allen Iverson is 6'1". He is not.
Listen,
Allen Iverson does not even hit 6 foot.
For the plot.
Damn, I didn't know that Skepta was small like that.
Listen, I've never seen the man face to face. I think
so you just
beautiful man.
So that don't count.
Because I know
he's not tall enough for you. That's
he's not tall enough.
Fine.
My man is 6'4".
was 6'2" on his profile, and y'all were about to meet. Instead, you know you're about to get catfished. What would be your best catfish scenario? A really hot woman, or B, a 5'1" version of Skepta?
That's hilarious. Because to her, that might be already it.
Well, I mean, yeah.
He might be 5'1" to her.
I mean, yeah. I don't, I'm not into girls, so even if you are a hot woman, I might want to put my hands on you. So I think that it would be better if he was 5'1".
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie.
You really want to eat a little pussy?
I ain't gonna hold you. I don't.
No, it's unfortunate.
The LGBTQIA advocate on Wikipedia?
It's so unfortunate because I love it for everybody else. Like one of my best friends who's a lesbian, when she first broke up with her husband, got with her first bitch, I was like, bitch, tell me everything. She started telling me everything. I was like,
that doesn't sound like fun.
I also really appreciate straight girls that, you know how people are so fluid, or maybe just in the ethos we're in. But I had a conversation with a girl who told me she was bisexual. And this is also something that is not as PC to say, right? She's never had sex with a woman. She's 30.
Okay.
But she said she's bisexual.
Uh-huh.
I was like, so you're bi-curious? She's like, no, I'm bisexual. I'm not going to debate her sexuality because I've definitely known gay men that never had sex with a man.
Yeah.
But I do think sometimes women can get attraction to women and just, boom, I'm bisexual now. And or get this label. Or it's really easy to have this fluidity in a time where it's so welcome.
Yeah.
So sometimes I do kind of like hearing a girl being like, I don't want to play.
I know I don't. I just know I wouldn't be very good at it. I think I would be great at it if I wanted to do it, but I don't want to do it. So
you don't have to do anything. I'll just show up. So anyway.
I'll just be there and I'll be like, girl, I just, I love my pussy.
Okay.
And that's the only one you can take.
That's it for me.
That's how much you love dick, huh?
I'm good at that. And unfortunately, yes.
Oh, I'm not gonna lie. I be mad at myself that I'm bi. How do I like these niggas? I don't know.
Upsetting.
I don't be wanting to. They be getting on my motherfucking nerves. I be upset with myself like, damn, why is my mind like this? I don't even want you. I'm waiting for the aliens to come. I've been waiting.
Is why I say all the time,
I've been waiting.
Being queer is not a choice.
It's not.
Because being straight is not a choice. Because if I had a choice, you think that I would choose these men?
No.
Well, damn, y'all.
No,
Sorry.
So we're literally in a room full of men. We're like, we hate them. But we love them.
What's crazy is I say this to my man all the time. I'm like, men ain't shit.
Oh, me too.
He's
Except
like,
for you,
I know.
Daddy.
I'm like, yeah.
See, the thing that's interesting is, so Mandy and I are writing this book and our co-writer is helping, and she talked about how I talk about my ex-girlfriend in every chapter. And she's like, it's actually your nicest chapter about someone.
Oh.
And I was like, because that was the healthiest relationship. And that bitch drove me crazy still.
Yeah.
But like, women really treat each other better.
1000%.
Even in moments where we would get angry and maybe say things we didn't mean, immediate accountability.
Yeah.
Like, it's so much easier because you're not trying to break down and having someone understand your feelings. That I would say is the baseline for a lesbian relationship that helps. There can be miscommunication, but understanding the emotions really helps.
Yeah.
That's what gets women hurt a lot.
Yeah.
You feel like someone's mistreating you. Women know when it's happening.
Yeah. Or like purposefully misunderstanding what it is that you're trying to say.
I do, just because we have so many male listeners and I'm recently experiencing something new with Actor Bay. It's been a breath of fresh air to have met someone so emotionally intelligent. Like, we haven't had sex and we haven't met yet. But nigga, we done both cried to each other on the phone. We done talked about our traumas. We done debated pop culture. And it's just like, whoa, like even yesterday, I had a long day because I had to be on set. And he hit me, and he's on West Coast time, but he hit me and he said, listen, I don't want you to think I'm ignoring you today. It's a really bad day for me.
I love that
and
he said
so just before I could even feel like he just ghosted me, because we be talking for 2-3 hours on the phone every day. It's ridiculous. And I done got drunk and called him cry. Like, we've done poured our hearts and our traumas to each other. So I don't be knowing niggas' birthdays. I don't do the sign talk. So I haven't done that.
If
He
he's a
hasn't done-
Pisces,
What is his birthday?
That's what I
Let me.
I love female Pisces. It's
Hold
the
on,
men that
because
deserve
I
prison.
could actually Google it.
Prison?
So let me
Prison.
see.
Are you a
But you go to
Pisces?
the-
No, I'm a Virgo.
No, I think I can know the sign.
You're safe.
But I think it's been interesting. Like I know we have this idea that a lot of men aren't. Let's be very clear.
Mhm.
But the ones that are that emotionally in tune or find safety in opening up to us as women,
Yes.
it becomes a different level of attachment and
Yes.
chemistry that to me, I'm just like, I'm a little scared to fuck him because then what if the dick's bad? I'm emotionally invested right now.
no.
I'm a little nervous.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, Mandy. You need to meet him quick.
Yeah.
I'm gonna meet him next month. So
How long has it been?
he,
How tall is
Y'all
it?
ain't shit. He's 6'1", 2,
Okay.
6'1" or 2.
Is he actually?
Right.
She on that.
We'll see. I'm gonna meet him with flats just to be safe.
Girl, you are 5.
Don't do this. I am. When I put on heels, I am 6'4".
I am what I say I am.
Bitch, thank you. I am 6'4" with heels, bitch.
I'm gonna put my flats on.
Oh my
Nigga, you
God.
are the flats.
Don't do this. We not gonna do this.
Okay. So I'm gonna get into our vanilla shit.
Oh wait, when is
Let me see. Don't say it out loud.
what sign is that?
Oh, he's a Taurus.
Oh,
They're great.
Oh.
Taurus is good.
Oh, yes.
Okay,
But
so
don't
he's-
get in an argument.
My ex-girlfriend's a Taurus. My current boyfriend's a Taurus.
Oh, so he's a
Rory's
Taurus.
a Taurus because him and my ex-girlfriend are the same birthday. Tauruses are great.
Okay.
Don't get into a
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, that's too much.
I bleeped that
Bleep
part.
that out. God damn. I was already like, okay, there's 2 months there. The bitch just narrowed it down again. Bleep that shit out.
Somebody's
Anyway.
Googling actors born in
You know what I mean? Ain't nobody got time for that.
After them, we gonna be.
actors.
And look, so we're just gonna
LA.
keep saying the thing we're bleeping out.
Oh, sorry.
This is nuts.
Anyway.
I got it.
So, does anyone remember the Joe Biden thing with the sister and the brother-in-law or something?
Yes. One of the niggas died and then he started fucking on the wife.
Yes.
Yes.
For
So
our,
like Joe Biden's brother, I think died, or no, one of some died and then
the brother took over the marriage.
and started fucking the wife.
So,
Okay, can we explain this to the audience like we are real podcasters here?
well, in our vanilla shit this week, that's actually not what we're talking about, but we are talking about a grieving widow who was praised for sleeping with her brother-in-law in a total mess. So she went on a website called Mumsnet.
Oh, it was his sons, by the way. So it was the sons of Joe Biden.
Yeah.
Yes. Because the widow ended up dating the brother.
Hunter? Or the one who passed?
The one so the one who passed was married.
Oh.
That wife started dating the brother.
So
Yes.
that came up while I was on vacation in Mexico. So we're
Okay.
I think me and my man were drinking, chilling, and we were talking about the Joe Biden thing. And I was like, yo, serious question.
Oh, here we go.
We have 2 children. Something happens to you. He has 2 brothers. I'm like, maybe it's not your brothers, but maybe there's a cousin or someone. Would you rather me?
No.
Of course it's a no, but the thing that we ended up talking about was cultural. So he's Nigerian.
Uh-huh.
So basically he was like, I said, yo, I could either meet a new dude or your children can literally have their father be the uncle they've known for years.
No.
What would be more comfortable? Our money
Right.
tied up, assets, home. Who would you trust more to take over your family unit that you've built?
No.
He said, no, but in Nigeria, it's very common for the husband's brother to take over. He's like, so that Joe Biden shit in Africa is something that like, yo, it's literally like a guy dies, you take in the family.
But
He's
how
like,
do you have to take in
the wife and her pussy?
Yeah, right.
Like,
exactly.
I think it just happens naturally.
You
bitch.
can provide for the family.
It's
Maybe having a
crazy.
few with the wives. Anyway, okay. So the woman gets on this website and says how her husband of 23 years suddenly died. 14 months later, she was left with 3 kids, 12, 13, 15. She said it was so devastating, sudden death.
Mm.
And so basically, she started to try to get the kids close to his brother for a father figure. He'd been separated for 6 years and not in contact, not in a relationship. She goes on to explain that 3 children recently started spending more time with their grandparents, so they all became a family
This
unit.
sounds like a trauma bond though.
Yeah. It
Like
does.
he's grieving his brother,
It
you're
does.
grieving your husband or
Mhm.
father of your
And the
children.
kids now
And-
love their
and
new
now-
uncle.
And now it's just a trauma bond because you share this same, you know that this person understands your pain and is
Right.
grieving at the same
So
time.
this is what she
I don't think that's
explained.
healthy though.
She said, after a few drinks, we got emotional.
I'm
She
sure y'all
hugged
did.
me, and one thing led to another. We slept together.
And he probably looks like his brother too. And in a drunken stupor, it could have been him.
Twin, though.
It could have been the husband.
That's what I'm. You know what I mean? Yeah.
So basically, she was writing on the site mums.net saying they were both confused. She feels like a horrible person for what she's done. 86% of the comments were telling her that what she did was complicated and painful, but encouraged her to pursue it if it felt right. Accepting that loneliness is normal in grief, but dealing with grief is weird. It doesn't necessarily mean he may not be the person for you.
Here's the thing, though. Those kids are what, 12, 13, 15? Where
they don't need no daddy
where they're bonding. They do absolutely.
Need a daddy.
Let me finish. They need a father figure, sure, but they're old enough to also know that this is my dad's brother.
Yeah.
So I think that part of where you as a mom could cause a lot of damage to these children now being in a romantic relationship with their uncle.
12, 13, 15. They got to have some memories they can remember with their dad.
Yeah.
You're trying to replace their dad with
their brother.
Way more worse. Get you a little boyfriend that they're going to hate for a little bit until they like him.
The uncle's the daddy's giving grandma's the baby. It's not cute.
Grandma's the mommy.
There's fucking way. And by the way, if this was on the other foot and it was the wife that had died and the husband now is dating the fucking sister, if that was my fucking sister, it doesn't matter. First of all, if you're not related to me at all, I've already said to my man, God forbid something happens to me, anybody tells you that I would have wanted you to be happy is a fucking liar. I will come back from the grave. And every time you try to get it up, I'm going to be like, meow.
Okay, wait, let me tell you what's crazy about that.
Absolutely not.
Here's the flip side. I don't have siblings. So my man said to me, if you had a sister, would you do that? Like, you're not going to want me one of your homegirls. I'm like, actually, if my kids got used to an auntie, I would say, I don't know, a Brianda or so.
What about Mandy?
Well, I don't want no goddamn kids.
She said,
bitch, I ain't in it. I still don't want kids. Let's be very clear. I'm open to change. I don't want kids. I'll tell you now, I'm not taking over nobody else's kids.
So anyway, my point is, someone I'm close to that I
damn sure don't want nobody else's kids.
I was like, yo, because Brianda is just my most like, we're the two that talk about kids all the time together. She's like, I was like, I actually feel like I would want her over any other woman. And I think I would be like, yeah, okay.
No, I have 5 sisters.
I have 2 sisters.
I will
None
make
of
sure
y'all
all of you die early death.
Yeah, friends.
I will make sure.
Friends are different than sisters. I want none
I'll make sure.
I mean, and luckily one of my sisters is lesbian, so I ain't really got to worry about that. But I would not want my sister or any of my relatives dating my former partner in any capacity.
No.
Even
every morning you will wake up with a nosebleed.
Yeah, no. I don't want that at all.
And a toothache.
Well,
listen.
And it'll be me.
Violent. We need to get you in your sexy mode.
The ghost of me is a vicious bitch. Everything I couldn't do on earth, I'm doing.
Scorpio lady.
Right, that's my point.
We're at our sex tip now.
Okay.
Our hors d'oeuvre this week is yours. And we need to know. I don't even want a dating tip, bitch. You like dick so much, tell us what to do with it.
Oh.
What is Miss USA doing in her 30s now? Tell us your best sex tip.
Ooh. Best sex tip. Have a lot of it.
I like that.
What got you to the movie? What was you doing?
Oh, I mean, well, listen, I'm just very, very upfront. And I've realized being in my early 30s, like that is such a powerful stage of life to be in. You know exactly what the fuck you want. I honestly can't wait to be 40 because I feel like the bitches who are 40
really
know exactly what
I feel that too.
they want. Like there's no fear in getting older to me. But when I turned 30, I was like, oh no, this is what I'm going to accept. This is what I want. I told my man when I first started dating him, like, I'm not dating you to be your girlfriend. Now, are we boyfriend and girlfriend technically? Yes. But my mom prides herself on the fact that she raised wives. I have 5 sisters. She's like, all y'all are wifey material.
Ooh.
So don't have any of these fucking scraggly ass men, whoever, treating you like anything other than what you are. So I was very, very clear. I was like, yes, I fuck with you, but if you're not dating me with intention to marry, I'm not interested.
Ooh, hold on, because I want to build on this. Give me the sex tip and then we got to go. What's the sex tip?
Okay, sex tip is, I think I've just stopped being afraid to be myself. Like, I'm a fucking Scorpio, bitch. I want to say the things. I want to make the noises. I want to do my shit. I'm going to be myself.
Yourself. I like that.
I'm not going to like be afraid to say the thing. But sometimes you have partners that make you suppress like the primal instincts that you have, you know?
Yeah.
Or even just like as a woman who dates men, like smells or like being out and like, you know, being like, oh, I need to go back and like shower and like, no.
That was me. I was just like that.
It's so annoying. It's like, that man go take you as you are anyway.
And
I know.
And if he doesn't,
hairy
then
pussy and
fuck
all.
him.
Everything.
Like,
I do like having a hairy.
Listen, they will take
I don't
you
like
as is. Listen,
that's why my man's bald.
I don't mind it.
So I'm glad you brought this up because you made a comment to me that you were a serial girlfriend.
Yes.
And I really want to know what the secret to that is for people that feel like they can't get to that point. I've had so many situationships and I'm like, bruh, I feel like it's because I'm a serial girlfriend. So to elaborate, I'm the girl that's like, if I like a nigga, I just fall into it.
Yeah.
And it becomes more difficult for me to kind of snap out of it. And we've had episodes where we've talked about that. And like, you know, I could be someone that's doing too much, but it's because I'm so used to this role. So tell me how someone can maybe get over the line to getting in a committed relationship since you have been a serial girlfriend. And since your mama raised wives.
She did. Meanwhile, I'm trying to graduate to the wife part, but it's coming.
I've never watched this horror show.
It's coming. I feel like, so when I say serial girlfriend, I've been in relationships for most of my life. Once I became a girlfriend at 13, well, yeah, I've had my first boyfriend in the 8th grade. He was white. His name was Noah. Hey, Noah. Hey,
Noah.
He did like motocross and like that
the
kind of
jacket I'm
thing.
wearing?
Yeah. Maybe. I didn't know shit about it, but I started listening to Sum 41 and just like I was like, this is my lifestyle. Blink-182. And then after that, it was like boyfriend after boyfriend after boyfriend after boyfriend. I can't necessarily say that I always did it in the most healthy way because I think a lot of people in general, but women especially, like we mentally check out before we actually like break up. I've never been broken up with. I've always done the breaking up.
Ever. Kamie might got that girl.
What were the reasons that you broke up with these partners? Did they see it coming?
I don't know.
Was it just on you?
I saw it.
You saw it.
I always saw it way in advance, but
Okay.
just like had a fear of being alone, to be honest. Like had a fear of like, what else is even out there?
Wait, but maybe you didn't if you did the breaking up. I think that's what kept me from breaking up and staying in relationships I shouldn't have. I think I had a fear of being alone without saying it out loud.
Oh, yeah.
Like it wasn't something.
I mean, I didn't say it out loud. I definitely didn't say it out loud.
No, I mean like even in my head.
But did you break up with those boyfriends then with someone immediately ready to replace him?
Oh,
so you were cheating.
So
that's how you knew it was over because you were emotionally cheating.
1000%.
Okay.
1000%.
Okay.
And I didn't recognize that until I got older.
Okay.
Until I got out of my last relationship and didn't have anybody lined up. And I was like, wait, where's the bench? Where's the roster?
What's your time frame for like when you're, or are you bringing this up on first, second date being like, I'm looking for a relationship? Like, are you letting things kind of just vibe out? Like, how do you think you're...
Especially with this last relationship, you said you went
This was very intentional. This was totally different than anything else I've ever done.
Okay.
Well, even when I met my ex, it was like, I was out, like I was single, but I was like, had decided that I was going to have my whole face for the first time in my life. And then I got in a relationship. So it just, you know, but I will say also to preface this, that I felt like even when I was single, when I was dating, when I was meeting guys, I never, and this is going to sound like a flex, but there's another side to it. I've never really had men who have approached me and been like, I would love to take you out. It's always been, you're my future wife. I want to marry you. Like guys have gotten down on one knee in the street, which is weird.
Okay. Very weird.
Very strange.
Love bombing.
No. Love bombing. 1000%. They were probably all Pisces men. But I will say that even with that, guys can say whatever the fuck they want, but it doesn't necessarily mean that they're ready for that person. Like, just because you are a wife in their eyes doesn't mean that they're actually ready for that. And there are a lot of guys who, not to say that I wanted or didn't want, but like guys that I was interested in where it's like, oh, you're actually not even ready for me. So you're going to keep doing what the fuck it is that you want to do. in front of my face or behind my back, you're not actually ready for a wife. So like, stay where you are. So
what does that look like? What does a man not ready for a wife?
You just want to be out here. And that's fine. Like, that's totally fine. But people will tell you that they are ready for one thing, but then do another. So you have to be able to decipher between the two.
I don't want to be vague here because I really want to like, if you said a man just wants to be out here, right?
Mm-hmm.
I know a lot of times maybe a woman who likes to go out isn't seemed as wifey material. Mm-hmm. So are you saying that a man is not ready to be a husband if he enjoys being out in the clubs or like going to the bars? Or,
be out.
What does be out mean?
I want you to be outside.
Oh,
I want you to enjoy your life.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to hear.
Get it all out. But if you are fucking 20 bitches and telling me that I'm your future wife, maybe you're not actually ready.
Okay.
Maybe you're not actually ready.
You're out here.
No, I'm just thinking outside and visible.
So I've
been loving that I'm walking.
I don't know what this means.
I think outside and on top.
I got insulted once when someone said I was out here because I thought it meant like, oh, bitch, you've been fucking a lot of people.
Yeah, that's how I see it.
I view it as like you're outside. Like I walk in the rooms and I love that I ain't got bodies in them rooms. Like that shit feel good.
Yeah,
niggas don't really know who I'm fucking for real.
Right.
Like or there's
that's like
so no, I don't
see like
to me mix it to me and that's what I'm thinking of. Like I know when I was my best friend, there was a guy that she was dating and he had to be at brunch every Sunday with his boys and he liked clubbing. And so she felt like he wasn't ready for a relationship because he was outside in those spaces. Even if he wasn't fucking on bitches, he liked being outside. So that's why I wanted to ask because to
I don't
clarify,
see it
I like being outside, but I'd be like, I'm networking.
Yeah.
Actually, I can be that way either.
This is work.
I think we put a lot of judgment on the volume of how often someone goes out.
Yeah.
I've made a lot of like comments on Instagram that a lot of girls don't like. Maybe because I'm more aggressive with it, but I'm just like, bitch, nobody gives a fuck if you're proving to us you're home on Saturday.
Yeah, no.
Like, stop posting the book and thinking someone's going to be excited by that. No one gives a fuck,
It's fine to have fun. Like, when I'm single, I'm outside having fun. I'm out all the fucking time.
I just think it's silly to think you should be wasting your time at home.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think it's just, I don't care how old you are, in your 40s, whatever. I really do think we should be social. I think it's healthy for us. Start making community, being out with your friends. Trying to prove to men or a partner that doesn't exist that you're this homebody. Like, if you are a homebody, cool. But I find that a lot of it is performative.
Yeah.
I think if women got the invites to go out, I think if women had things on the social calendar, they would be doing them.
Yeah.
That you trying to tell me you home on a Saturday night New York Fashion Week? I know you wasn't invited to nothing.
Well, here's the thing. Your person is not going to find you on your couch at home. But your person, you might not also find them in the club.
I mean, unless you're open to dating your Uber Eats driver.
Right. Which some people are.
I'm just saying, some people might be.
Some people are. I get, but
yeah,
the dating.
I think the problem with dating apps. Who did I have this conversation with? We were talking about how awkward it can be to have conversations with men sometimes when after the dating apps, and we were all attributing it to the age of the internet. And a lot of my friends in relationships, even if they met their partner online, talked about how they were out.
Oh, yeah.
Exercising that, flirting and doing things like that. That homebody shit really can be weird.
My boyfriend and I met on an app. We met on Raya. And we went on our first date the next day after we matched.
Me too.
I think that's important.
Yeah.
Like to
do it quick.
To do it quick. Not to just
He's
be wasting.
Aries. He wasn't fucking around with me.
Not to be wasting your time.
He was like, what are we doing? Let's go on a date.
I mean, and it still can end in failure. Like I went on a date with a couple, literally, I was in DR while we really matched. And then as soon as I got back, we set a date. I went and got tested. Like it happened fast. But I loved how fast it happened too, because we're not wasting.
No, I think that's really intentional.
Yeah, especially on a dating app. What are we here for? Not for pen pals.
Right.
My man asked to call me on the app.
Yeah.
Within maybe 4 or 5 messages.
Yes, same.
Called on FaceTime. And I remember I was like, I got my bonnet on. He was like, me too, because he got dread.
See?
But I did think it was strange he wanted to talk so quick. Obviously, over time, now we've discussed it, and he's like, yo, I'm on the phone with a girl in this drive. I'm off it. I don't give a fuck. Like, I don't want to do it. Like, even if I just want to fuck, there's a lot of this awkwardness in person that may not be attractive to me. So if we can't even vibe on the phone, there's no way it's just going to get that much better.
Yeah.
So I could totally understand that. And I also implore anybody listening who's using the apps, just try that out.
Yeah.
Even voice messages, if you're not ready for a phone call, can be helpful because the voice prompts on Hinge have made me swipe left.
Oh, some of them are so cringe.
What?
My sisters have showed me, and I'm like, what the fuck even is this?
I'm
disgusted.
That
would be my pageant platform, actually. Talking to men about their fucking profiles, because this shit is disgusting. But I will say that when it comes to like intention and like, I think that obviously we're talking amongst each other. So I'm telling you what my mindset is, but I don't feel that to have this like wife title or to be wifed up or to be in a relationship, you don't need to sit up on a first date and be like, I'm a wife, I'm a this, I'm a that. Okay, well, if you are, then why are you not in a relationship? Why are you on this date? You know, it's an energy that you have to bring and a certain level of self-respect and boundaries. I just feel like, you know, even when you're going on dates, like that's great, but don't cut yourself off to every other option. You are a hot fucking commodity. You are the prize. And you should always remember that.
Build on this, Kamie, because people in relationships sometimes then get that confidence. And we can all be humbled very quickly.
Yeah.
Being happy in a relationship today, that motherfucker can be a monster tomorrow.
Yep.
And to me, that confidence and that humility you have to have and that value you suddenly feel when getting wifed up, quote unquote, if it goes away, you still have to have it.
You have to still have it. I had it when I was single. I'm going to have it now. I got out of my last relationship feeling very confused and like I had been blindsided basically. And I did a lot of self-work. And that is what made me ready and prepared for my next relationship. It wasn't just because like, oh, I was raised this way and I'm fucking a Sports Illustrated swimsuit model. Like, of course you should want to fucking wife me up. No, I've done fucking therapy, deep fucking therapy.
Besides therapy, just one quick thing, not to make it long, but what self-work has looked like for you? Besides therapy. Because I think therapy is an easy answer that some people really don't take or apply.
Yeah. Accountability for my actions, being able to say, okay, yes, I was emotionally cheating in my last relationships. I was preparing myself for the next relationship, even if I wasn't flirting, mentally checking out, but still being in a relationship with somebody while allowing somebody else to say sweet things to me is fucked up. I wouldn't like it if it was the other way around. Knowing that my daddy issues were a big part of my problem. Feeling like everybody's replaceable and okay, you want to go? Fine, bye. That's not a way to treat people, you know? So I had to take a certain level of accountability and look at myself and be like, okay, these are the things that I need to change. I don't need to be dismissive of my man's feelings. I need to do self-work. I need to figure some shit out. Because therapy, your therapist can talk to you for an hour every single week. It doesn't mean that you're actually applying shit.
I was going to say, I don't know if you're down to talk about accountability, but I know one of the things that I first recognized within myself was I've dated habitual cheaters to the point where I then didn't want to see anything I did wrong because I was hurt. Well, if I did XYZ, it doesn't matter because they did this to me first. That was my constant trope of if you lied and cheated, what I did next didn't matter.
Yeah.
It took me a lot of time to kind of realize like, that's toxic because I didn't even leave when you did it.
Yeah. And that's the thing, recognizing your own toxicity. Like, yeah, the other person could have fucked up 5 million more times more than you, but you still have a certain level of, nobody's perfect. Nobody's perfect. Even the bitch that looks perfect on the gram.
That's you.
Got fucking issues.
Yeah, I mean, I'm talking about this in the book now. I mean, for me, a lot of me not getting in a relationship was because I had niggas with money that I had to depend on. I was fucking with niggas to make sure my bills were paid. And so I couldn't have a boyfriend because I wasn't going to cheat on him with the men that were helping me either get through school or pay my bills. And that was just an easier way. I think that there was a lot of lack of self-worth in my 20s with the lack of confidence with my weight, with the lack of confidence financially and where I was in terms of financial stability. And so it was just easier to be number two or the side chick and get everything I thought I wanted because I didn't have to show up and I didn't have to cook meals. I didn't have to sit here and tell you the truth. I didn't have to do any of that because I could just kind of move how I needed to move. Yeah. But it wasn't, it was me just lacking the self-worth in knowing that I deserved to have my person where he valued me and where he was honest with me and where we could have open communication. I think it's even harder now navigating what a relationship looks like, knowing that I do want to be in a ethically non-monogamous one. So the idea that, damn, am I leaning into the hierarchy of then just being the primary? And what does that really do? Like, am I still going to technically be number two if I'm allowing my partner to see other people? I'm battling that now, but I know that that's maybe why it took so long for me to have my first relationship.
Yeah, but that's also, it comes with wisdom.
Yeah.
Like having that level of wisdom we didn't have that shit when we were in our early 20s fucking around and finding out.
No,
like
no.
nobody
Self-worth thing
cared.
that you
Not at
guys
all.
all just said, and me too included. It's funny because I feel like I've had so many moments in my early 20s where it's like people just are constantly trying to prove how much they love themselves. I'm like, bitch, we all hate
Yeah.
you. And I really appreciate that now I'm in this age of vulnerability, because one of my favorite things a friend ever said to me, his name's Brandon Allen. We started Sex Cells together and we were on the phone. I was like, I fucking hate this shit. I'm like, he's like, what's wrong? I was like, I'm just fat today, bro. I really like being able to talk to someone like this. Fuck the fat phobic shit, but just let me talk what's in here. I feel like this. I feel like that. I hate my hair. He's like, yo, I love saying I hate myself. He's like, sometimes it feels almost like
sometimes it's empowering
to just like say, I hate this shit. I hate my fucking job. Like whatever it is, because there's a little bit of overdosing of positivity that sometimes you really want to know what you want to improve. And maybe it's that New Yorker like cynicism sometimes, but it can be a little bit freeing. And I don't think I got to understand that self-worth thing because I had such blinders on of trying to prove that I loved who I was. I really needed to figure out what it was that I didn't like.
Yes, that is what I worked on. That's what I worked on, that no therapist could fucking...
Ooh, that mirror, girl.
Right. You have to sit in that shit. And guess what else taught me that? Being with a good fucking man. Being in a good relationship with a solid man who's honest with you and doesn't fucking play games and is intentional with your feelings was the scariest thing that I've ever done. Scarier than getting out of any relationship, because I really had to be like, fuck. Like, I thought I did the work. I thought I was doing self-work. I thought that I knew where I was going, but I still have so much more to do, because why am I about to crash the fuck out off of the smallest thing that this man has said to me that isn't even negative? Like, you have to
because when you love someone,
figure it out.
That feedback.
Yes.
Oof.
And you're like, oh, okay.
But
the
that's
things that are bubbling up inside of me have nothing to do with you.
Right.
It has everything to do with me. So I still have things that I need to work on.
What you're experiencing is interesting, because that saying it's a healthy relationship, the ways in which men would try to tell me about myself always came when they were angry with me, not to be helpful. And I recently had this experience where I was crashing out in a work and like family moment. And it was this long conversation of like, you feel fulfilled from busyness because all the busyness does is put a mask over your real issues. So then you get to have another accolade that makes you feel like you're better at what you're doing when you still have this that's unfinished. Whether it be an organizational thing or whatever it is, a new accomplishment doesn't fix the problem right here. I ain't gonna lie to you, I ain't like no nigga telling me that.
Yeah, of course not. Duh. Hello.
Let's go on a different wavelength with this. How has public or private kind of helped your relationship? And I want to talk generally, because everyone listening may not be a public figure, but privacy with relationships, whether it be the things you share to your friends or the things you share to social media. Tell me how public, everybody always says making your relationship public ruins it, but maybe some of the ways that it may have been healthy, or just share a little bit about that.
Yeah.
Because I know you be hiding the head.
I do. I wizard killing my man all the time. Chop it off. Like, and this is why, because a lot of people will look at it and be like, oh, she's afraid that if she posts her man's face, that bitches are going to be in his DMs or whatever. People have fucking said that to me.
Right.
I have no concerns about that. Do not give a fuck.
So
if you can take my man, then you can take my man.
Right.
Bye.
Oh!
I don't give a shit.
Right.
See you later. That's the confidence. Before, in the middle, and after a relationship, I'm still going to have it.
Does he post to you?
No. He doesn't post at all.
Was this agreed upon?
He does. He posts work shit.
Okay.
I told him from the beginning that I wasn't going to post him.
Okay.
That was my conversation. He completely respected it. And here's why. I think that whether you're a public-facing person or not, you can relate to having taken a photo with or posted a photo with your partner when you know y'all weren't in a good fucking place. Or even, not even just a partner, of yourself. Taking a smiling selfie when you were just bawling your eyes out 5 seconds ago.
I be hiding my body.
And we all do it. This is why I say life is a catfish. We all do it. We only want to put out the best versions of ourselves all the time. We do.
Right.
Unfortunately, like that's just how we are. And I was looking back at how many times I had posted pictures in my previous relationships, knowing damn well that we were either beefing at the moment, immediately beefing before, or immediately beefing after.
I've had an immediately beef after. I never posted someone while we were beefing, but I've definitely like posted stories when my ex and I lived in Tulum together during the pandemic. And like, we would have fun. And then maybe 10 minutes later, I was like, damn, this thing.
Yeah.
But you kind of like are in and out of that.
Yes. And you're like, well, we're going to get out of it. So like, it's still true. Like, I still love you.
But did you look back at those photos that you posted and then questioned yourself like, why the fuck did I post this then?
I said, I'm a fake ass bitch.
Am I in this relationship for society's perception of me being happy in a relationship and me being a girlfriend? Or what is my reason for sharing this with everyone?
That's the tough part, right? Because I haven't posted anything. I posted a video of him rubbing my feet, like in a little carousel. And it was just because it was kind of fun and sexy and free. Yeah. But I did have a little insecurity of, I wonder if people think this brings me value. But also that's an insecurity in itself because it's like, nigga, I've posted myself in a bathing suit and people probably think I want the validation. I do.
Yeah. Duh, I look good. So yeah, I'm going to post that shit.
The comments are on.
But that is very, very real. Like and it's not that I don't post my boyfriend because all of our moments are bad. All of our moments are actually fucking amazing. We don't fight. We've been together for 2 years. We have conversations. We don't argue. I could count on one hand how many times we've actually argued.
That's healthy.
But
I call it disagreements.
Disagreements. We don't fight. We disagree.
I mean, you got a year on me, but I ain't gonna hold you. I've definitely fought with men within the year.
Yeah. Oh, I've fought for 4 months. By 4 months, I'm like, ugh.
It's surprising.
That's crazy.
Yes.
That's crazy.
But that's the reality. And you're still posting and it's fake.
And you kind of feel like everybody's doing this.
Everybody's doing it. I'm going to keep, and I also know people who are posting family photos and all this shit when I know what the fuck is going on in your relationship.
What are some of the arguments in
that
4
he and
months?
I have?
No, in 4 months. Like I'm curious.
Insecurities.
Okay.
Not even. I mean, I had a man argue with me about the fact that I wanted to wear leggings one time. Like these are the things these are precursors that we should be paying attention to and red flags that we miss. But I have chosen to protect what is sacred to me because I don't have to prove anything to anybody.
You really got me thinking, what were my earliest arguments about with men? My male friendships, their insecurities, possibly horrible decisions.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Because of the conversations
and what's being shared.
A guy that I was...
As if they didn't know that you did that before.
No shit. It's like dating a stripper and being like, I don't want you to be in a strip club no more. You know what the fuck? Like,
Kamie, I'd be like, man, this is the pegger.
It's not even me.
But no, I mean, it's this thing of I would catch myself trying to... I never said that. I'm just joking here. But I mean, I would try
I'd be pegging.
But I would be trying to deflect like,
not recently,
the whole stories are old. Oh, well, we interview people now. I would find myself saying these things to try to cover up something that is ridiculous because the women that are here listening and the men that are here listening and the thems, they're appreciating my vulnerability and how out and loud proud I am. That's the premise of the show. But I would find myself aggressing. And it's easier in my 30s and comparatively speaking from the 20s on this show because it's never like I wasn't proud about what I was doing. I just became victim to the patriarchy in those conversations. When my self-worth was being questioned by someone else. Yeah. Based on me doing what I think is liberating, it was tough. Yeah. And I now have really letting that go. I've had some great relationships now with men and dating experiences where I see how proud they are and excited by what I do. Hate to admit it, my man's a real estate investor, but the best ones for me have been men in entertainment. They've just completely respected. They'd be like, oh yeah, like you're fine.
Because they get it.
They could look at a clip of me talking about another dick and be like, yo, that shit was hilarious. Whereas another dude who maybe isn't in the space of performance thinks I'm missing the dick.
Right. You're
and
like, no.
I can't explain that to you.
Yeah.
You're never going to...
sometimes I'm missing it. Fuck you mean? I'd be like,
that
was
a good dick.
Bitch, I'm reminiscing on camera, bitch.
Oh my God. Just a thought bubble with the whole video playing out.
It was like a drum.
But also, that's real too. It's so crazy because one of our clips from one of our old episodes just went around and it was like, have you ever thought of another dick while you were fucking someone else? Yes. We are human beings that have compared though. Like if I had a really good sexual experience anally, I would hope I can recreate this with someone else if I'm no longer dealing with that person. The art of comparison isn't always a thief of joy.
To be honest, I actually don't think about recreating an experience.
Not even recreating, but the feeling it made you feel. You're telling me you haven't had such great successful threesomes that you're hoping that you could have another successful threesome.
Okay.
Like, and so you're thinking of how successful it was with these people. I hope that I can have another one of these. Like, there's a way to compare where you don't have to be emotionally attached to that person to want to recreate or experience an experience
or
again.
on the flip side, it could be a negative experience that you had where you're like, oh my God, I hope this doesn't happen again.
I hope this isn't happening again. It's not a bad thing. Like, I think we lead with the idea of insecurities.
And that's what
when it's really like, we are human beings.
That's what keeps me from anal.
You're like, I hope I don't shit the bed again.
Experience, and it makes me think every time I'm getting close.
But remembering good experiences with someone shouldn't draw out or pull out an insecurity in someone else either. Like when I was reading, like when I heard myself speak, I'm like, I can't believe people are mad that I've thought about something that was great in the moment of experiencing kind of the same thing. To me, you could dumb it down to like your first time going to a theme park and getting on a roller coaster and the thrill that it gave you. When you go back on the roller coaster again, don't you want to feel that thrill again?
You painting over what you said.
No, I'm not painting over it. I'm bringing out
Now we're at Six Flags.
Can you repeat?
How did we get here?
Tell me if the recollection is correct. Shut up.
What?
This bitch said,
what I do?
If I'm getting some dick and it ain't good, I'm going to think about the other dick. Is that not what the guy...
You said you were highlighting.
Pretty close verbatim, yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't. I would like to recreate.
It was a highlight.
No, it's the same. Listen, what?
I don't want to think that if I'm fucking my man, he's thinking about other experiences.
Okay, then fine. Then just admit.
Just keep it to yourself.
No, so just admit you want to be in Delulu.
Yes.
It's fine. Okay, so
I'm
that's
a Libra
what
moon.
everyone should actually just admit that they don't want the truth, that they can't handle it, that they want to be delusional without even recognizing the fact that you have the ability to do the same thing. Like, we are human beings, and for whatever reason, when we get into fucking relationships, we want to act like all of our human traits go out of the window. We have the discipline and the ability to shut off shit that we don't have control over.
If you still thinking about that dick, then just say it. Damn.
But no, because that's what I'm saying. You don't want it to be told.
No,
like even in closure.
I would die.
I don't.
In closure,
I like to pretend like my man has never had sex with anybody, and he has a daughter. But he'll tell me, he'll be like, "You're my first sexual experience." I'm like, "You have a kid,
bro? That is crazy."
Yeah,
literally,
he's never seen any other woman make it for me.
Because
duh,
I don't know what placement my nigga got in Scorpio, but there's a lot of times where we'll talk about high school or my virginity, and he'd be like, "I can't believe you fucked another nigga."
See, yeah, because it's a territory thing. We're like, no, nobody's had you but me.
It's kind of hot though. Okay,
nobody's had you but me.
I do want to know, because you've got all this catfish experience. We need to know. Have you ever been catfished?
Yes.
What was it? What?
It was not a romantic relationship. It was a friend that I knew in real life. This is why I say you can be catfished by people that you know. It doesn't have to be strangers on the internet.
Did you tell me this, T?
Did I?
About the bridal...
About the engagement?
She got married?
Yes.
So what happened?
She got engaged to a person that didn't exist.
Can you share the story?
Can you tell the story?
Where's my drink? I need a cocktail. No.
I'm like, damn, do we have it in here?
I need a cigarette. I've never smoked a cigarette in my life, but I feel like in my 30s, I'm going to pick up cigarettes because motherfuckers
Bro, this is my hot take. I'm sorry. I know they'll kill you, but sometimes cigarettes be looking sexy. You see that leather jacket? And especially if it's a swaggy motherfucker.
Yes.
Like,
I really want one of those long pipe
divorce cigarette.
Yeah, that's what I want.
You know why I know it's not sexy? Because I've dated a smoker before, and kissing someone who smokes, it's the worst.
I'm talking about the aesthetic.
No, so to me now, as soon as I see someone smoking a cigarette, you got yuck mouth now, and now you not
yuck mouth.
The taste of tobacco is so disgusting. It's not. It just yuck.
I'm not gonna lie, like yuck. There is I think it's not a cigarette. It's just sometimes smoke.
Oh, you should see now when
I like hookah.
When it say smoker,
I smoke hookah all the time.
When it say smoker on a dating profile. Weed or cigarettes? Like, there is a difference between a cigarette smoker and a weed smoker.
I would assume it's weed always if it's a...
Well, no, that's not even legal everywhere.
Go back to the T on his hoe.
Oh, God. Okay. See, we got off topic.
It's at the end. She won't.
I tried my best. She gonna see because she sees everything. Okay. Without saying exactly who this person was to me, this was a very close person to me, a very, very close friend of mine.
Okay.
And we actually lived together at one point. She had fabricated a million stories, but one of them in particular was that she was engaged to this very rich guy who was flying her all over the world, who was buying her all of these bags and shit that I never saw because she said that she didn't trust them being in our apartment. She needed to send them somewhere else.
How are you even friends with someone?
An undisclosed location. Because I was just like, okay. Like my frontal lobe hadn't developed yet on anybody. So
Okay.
I was really just like,
100%.
okay. Like, and I also like, your friends, if y'all told each other a situation like, oh my God, I met this man, you're not assuming that the person's lying.
Because you've got to be proven.
Yeah, well, I'm like, you're my bitch. Like, why would you lie to me? We've been friends for 11 fucking years. Like, you're not like...
11 years.
Listen,
Bitches be lying.
she's telling me intricate stories about this man, his family, names, best friends, places, people, things, nouns, bitch.
Nouns?
All of it was fake. All of it was made up. She created emails. She had an engagement party that she knew that I wasn't going to be able to make because I had a shoot. She created an email to like tell me about it, to like invite me to it, to say that this man was going to have private jets like chartered from a bunch of different cities, which like in my mind, that's not like a crazy idea. I'm like, oh yeah, private jet coming.
Because he's rich.
Yeah, but also like, I'm from Potomac, Maryland. Like private jets are not new to me. So I'm like, oh.
You're from Potomac.
I am. The realest non-housewife there is.
That's right.
But it's not like crazy to me that this could be a possibility. She was very detailed, like calling me, texting me, being like, oh, bitch, I just landed in fucking Paris. It's so fucking cold here. Like, I should have brought my other jacket. Tomorrow we're going to, we just got into a fight. I had to switch rooms.
That's a serial killer.
She was at her parents' house.
That is a serial killer. You know what's crazy? I don't know. I think you can pick up on liars.
Mm-hmm.
That is one of the traits that after a while, I will keep you at an arm's length distance. We
never spoke about it.
I don't like people.
When I found out, we never.
I don't like
spoke
people
about
who
it. Still to this
create
day.
their own reality.
I think that's
because I think those are the most scary people.
how she feels about you.
A lot of people have told me that.
Yeah.
So like, here's the thing.
They want to compete with you.
A
and
lot
so
of
they
people
have to
have
make
told me
up.
that.
friend is like,
but I don't
the easiest
think
thing for people.
I don't think about my friends like that.
Me neither.
Like I don't.
But
see...
other people view. To me, a person is not your friend, and you cannot be friends with someone who is envious of you in any capacity, whether it's your looks or your career or your financial stability or your relationships.
Yeah.
Which is why for y'all that keep asking if I'm ever going to be a friend with somebody, she admitted on air that she was jealous of me.
Uh-oh.
We can never be friends again.
Uh-oh.
So to me, I don't want anyone that...
She's talking about right now.
I was like, who is it?
The audience knows.
Ooh.
I don't want in any capacity anyone that's that way.
No.
So not only jealous of that, I should have saw the signs because my ex saw the signs. If you are friends with somebody and they call you their rich friend, that is not your friend.
Your Hollywood friend?
Your Hollywood friend. That
I don't even want to date
that
a man
is one of the
who calls
most
me
I don't like
Hollywood.
the word Hollywood, but I ain't gonna lie.
Your rich friend, they are envious of however your finances are. They want it, and in whatever capacity, it does not make them feel good to know that they are putting you on this pedestal where it's going to wreak envy. That is not a friend.
Weird.
That is not
that
someone
might
to
be the
trust.
only one that I do with genuinely like teasing intention. Because
Oh, like you're rich?
oh yeah,
I mean, I think there's a
every time
difference.
she posts something cute.
I think there's a difference with how you say something and also where you are in life.
And where you are in life.
Yes. Because
Referring
there
to-
are billionaires who call each other, oh, that's my rich friend.
Right,
Like, he has
'cause
more
he's-
money than me. But it's not like you're both billionaires. So
No.
you're happy.
You know, I find that
Which is your friend being at her mama house.
Yeah.
It's clear why
when
she
there's
was...
something that the person wants that's a passion.
Mm-hmm.
This doesn't really happen to me where I have friends that have values that are different. Which is why actually I think a lot of my friendships are different. I don't really have too many friends in the exact same lane. Not that that's bad. I mean, close friends, right?
Yeah.
But I wonder if there's something in particular that was going on in your life at that time that was hard for her to maybe see. And sometimes with conventionally beautiful people, the most attractive women I know have been burnt the most from other women. And
I've been burned a lot. I've had a lot of friendships.
said, I'm a bad bitch.
Listen, but guess what? I feel like all my friends are bad bitches, no
Same.
matter what they look like, who they date, what they
Same.
do.
I'm talking
You
conventional
can work at the
hot.
fucking bank. You could work at fucking Safeway,
That's
bitch.
different though.
I don't care.
This is a real thing that we gotta not pretend it's in the world.
Yeah.
Conventionally pretty people. A lot, no matter how much money someone's got, no matter if their body's skinny or hair, this or that, sometimes the world treats you different and it's something that they may never receive.
Yeah.
I have learned to, there's something about me that I feel like no bitch can ever compete with me on. And I think it's my personality. I know I'm warm. I know that's a real, genuine thing. And I love being a light in a room.
Come on, Pisces
And
energy.
That was some Pisces shit to say.
It's like, I
But
love being
I just
liked.
know that, like, even if I'm in a room with the fucking hottest models, niggas still gonna be on me because I'm funny, bitch.
Yeah, hello.
And I still believe I'm beautiful, but I really believe my
Yes.
personality has shined through my whole life. Even in
Yes.
my ugly duckling phases, and now I got braces, bitch. I gotta really be funny.
Wait, I love braces. I was going to tell you how cute
Don't.
they are. I love them.
I think everybody's trying to make me feel better. It's totally
No, I had braces for 2 years and I thought I was cute as fuck. I had all my little colors.
because you conventionally. I'm just but I really do think
There's a lot of people that think I'm fucking ugly. You should see under my fucking posts.
Oh, because you on
Read
Catfish.
all my
People be miserable.
comments.
Them people be miserable. Anytime
I'm
I
so
think
mad.
that the world hates me, I just go under a comment where people try to act like Cardi B ain't her. And I be like, oh,
Please.
y'all just mad.
You can't convince me that
y'all
I'm
just
not
mad.
fine.
Y'all just mad. Y'all just mad.
You can't convince me that I'm not fine.
Listen.
You're never gonna convince me.
Do you
but
know-
one thing that my mom always taught me is that there's nothing worse than a pretty bitch. So she would be like, "Don't be a fucking asshole." She would always tell me that from a young age.
Oh my god, hot girls that are bitches are the but like not a, like
No, you're disgusting to me.
that shit.
You're
is-
disgusting to me. I will never think that you're beautiful. I don't give a fuck. They could do
Yeah.
one of those symmetrical face analysis things and be like, "This is the most
Girl,
beautiful
that Cardi
person in
B
the
did
world."
that. I felt like that's somebody. I'll tell you later.
Oh.
You know, it's so crazy. Kamie, I swear to God, I texted about you when I got in the car. So I didn't want to go to this party that Kayla had at her crib. I'm barely in
Aw.
LA. I was like, yo, I met this really dope girl. And even if we don't hang out again, I just needed that one moment in LA.
That was a moment. We were like in our own world.
You gave me that marriage tea. And
Yeah.
You don't know Kamie boyfriend cute. She talking about it for 5 minutes. She was like, I don't post it, but I'm gonna show you.
Oh, I'll show anybody. That's the thing.
I used to do that.
I'll show
I would
everybody
show-
in person. In person, I'll show everybody.
But like that thing of like feeling someone's good and funness,
Mhm.
I sometimes feel that when I'm in the room of hot girls or the Insta girls, like
Mhm.
it gets really weird.
Yes.
And I don't think my personality necessarily matches. Maybe these women have been burned too because there's a lot people want to take from you.
Mhm.
You got millions of followers, you got clout. Maybe people want more from you. But there has been moments where in LA it's been like, ooh, this doesn't really.
I hate
Oh, the energy would be weird.
Me and my
It's-
best friend
it's
went
true.
to a dinner at Tao, and it was like 10 other bitches at the table. And I looked at my homegirl, Stacy, and I was like, bitch, don't you ever invite me to no shit like this again.
Yeah.
I will pay for my own food
Yeah.
before I have to sit at a table full of bitches that are just like, why am
Oh,
I don't like
the
it. And then
bitches
the
that give
niggas-
handshakes like this.
and then hold on. And then it's
Don't
the
ever give
lame
me your
ass men
fucking
that
hand
just
like
want to
that.
be at a table with all these bitches.
Yeah,
They
it's
hate
weird.
each other.
Oh
It's
my
LA shit.
God. I
It's LA
hated
shit.
it. I said, I will feed myself or starve.
Yes.
Do not invite me to no
It's
shit like
Yes.
tough because like
Hated it.
when you're in that moment, it's like, fuck,
Mm-hmm.
am I now one of these girls too?
I mean,
Am I
no.
wrong?
My first reaction is to, and this is going to sound bad, but my first reaction is to put my dick on the table every time. I'm going to go around and shake everybody's hand, like corporately,
Oh.
and introduce myself
I do too.
so that you know, like, this is
Gotta
not,
break
yeah.
this up.
we're not,
Yeah.
I'm not you, you're not me. We don't have an issue. We don't have a problem.
Yeah.
This man might be paying for this meal. I could also put my card in.
Period.
So,
The first and last time that I really put my dick on the table was at a Tao dinner.
let's talk about the last time you put your dick on the table.
Because I when I say put my dick on the table with a handshake, I'm joking. There was a girl across from me. There were two men that invited me to this Tao dinner. One was an athlete. One was maybe he's a director or writer, Hollywood shit. But all these hoes want something, right? This was
Mhm.
in New York. And one of the girls said to me after they were doing their rich Hollywood shit, okay, studios, I see you, girl. You know, men love to do that with women. I actually feel like sometimes they're more upfront about it.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe 30 minutes into the dinner, after I'm talking to another woman next to her about podcast studios. I thought you have like a podcast about like porn stars and stuff.
Okay. Here we go. That should, as a Scorpio, that's when I'm like,
You
oh,
with these signs
yes.
killing me.
I'm tuned the fuck
Killing me.
in.
Crazy.
I'm tuned the fuck in. Okay, let's go. So how'd you respond?
I said, oh, you thought right. And it's crazy because I thought that you were that girl from Twitter.
Uh-oh.
I actually can't say it, but I'm going to say this. I can't believe you haven't hit me up because of your OnlyFans, girl. That's crazy.
Gasps at the table.
But like,
Everyone dropped their wontons.
everyone chopped their wontons.
That's funny.
I was like, but was I wrong? And she was like, I don't have an OnlyFans. I used to have a page with my ex-partner.
Oh, so it wasn't successful.
So you had a couple page. You don't do it no more.
Got
Oh,
it. Well, keep trying.
The fuck is you talking about, bitch? I don't give a fuck if she was a lawyer, Kamie. I'm gonna tell you, people have tried to make me feel small for talking about sex for so long.
So long. So long.
And I would have led with my podcast if those dudes didn't bring up the studio. The only reason the girl next to her asked, because she's building one in her home for OnlyFans. The girl she came with. How can I do interviews like Plug Talk is a show where they have sex on camera. I can't go to a studio and have sex, so how can I do this? So it wasn't like I didn't want to be forward about it. And I know that she must have felt like, oh, this girl thinks she's better because she does this now. No, I don't, girl. I'm just better than you, ho.
Bitches like that. I hate that. I
really was kind of like hating on Ruby Rose a little bit for the shit she said about Drewski, because I was like, bro, like, you're talking about PR and all this stuff to gain popularity to a guy that's super mainstream. He's on Super Bowl commercials. Like, I'm not saying you aren't hot and the OnlyFans shit ain't lit or you're not lit, but like,
more she felt the way because some nigga said, bitch, I ain't fucking you, you fuck Drewski. That's what it was. She probably felt the need, like she probably.
There are a lot of bitches that want to fuck
But that's why she
Drewski
came out and said,
also.
I didn't fuck him.
Bro, I'm gonna be honest, Drewski is fun as hell.
He's so funny. I love his videos.
I bet you he could take that pussy in person.
His content is so good.
He's great. Like, I don't know him as a person, so like, let me know. If some shit comes out about him, everything that I said was alleged.
But I'm telling you right now, single on the table, you're at a bar. Fine. If Drewski's not your type, fine. You telling me that nigga can't fucking laugh the jaws off you? I don't believe that. And I don't think Drewski's ugly at all.
He's funny. Have a personality.
I don't like this like fat dude shit being ugly. I think that shit is dumb.
I've never been guys with abs have never been like I've never been like, oh, he doesn't have abs.
Now, when he posts them boxers out and do her little country voice and I see the crack,
I love that you said that. I'm not letting Drewski laugh me out my drawers, but I am not going to sit here and allow you to say that.
He can make me laugh, though.
He can make me laugh, though.
Yes.
But not out my drawers, bitch. Sorry. And this is not on no fat shaming. But no, that nigga couldn't laugh me out my drawers.
But I don't like him like that.
Let me
but he is funny as fuck. I love all his
hilarious and I support him. I love
thing
him.
that bitches really forget about. And I don't give a fuck what hot niggas Ruby dated before or whatever. I just feel like you really probably took the L. Like, I don't know. I think the way that the internet has made beautiful women feel sometimes is an inflated sense of self.
Yes.
Like,
yeah, I agree with that.
You might have tens of thousands in the comments talking about how sexy you are, but how many people really like you?
Yeah. Yeah. How many friends do you actually have? I think that's very real. And I cannot stand a bitch that tries to, I don't even know what the word is, but it's such whack bitch energy to try to, you know, when you're like out with girls and there's a guy and like clearly they want the guy. And so then they do some shit like that to like try to let everybody know that you shouldn't be desired or that like you're unavailable, like that you're in a relationship. Okay, like
Girl,
you don't have to do that.
The other girls.
I'm happy to talk about my man. You don't have to be like, oh, like, so you and your man, right? Like, because you have a man, right? Yes. I talk about him all the time.
That's crazy.
You don't have to lead with it.
Right.
Is he yours too?
That's crazy.
Why are you so excited to talk about him?
Because they won't stop looking at that hoe.
They're like this. This happens all the time. And I love to, and it happens a lot when it comes to career accolades too, because I've had it so many times where a girl will come up to me with her friends and she'll be so excited to meet me. She's like, I listen to your podcast. I love you on Catfish. I love you on Are You the One? I love you on X on the Beach. I love everything that you do.
Are You the One? I never watched it.
It's so good.
I know it's good.
And I'll be so excited to meet them too. And then she'll turn to her friend and be like, do you know Kamie? Like she's, and they'll be like, no.
I've experienced that so much.
I don't know you. I'm sorry. I have no idea who you are. I've never seen you before. I've never watched anything that you've done. You're a piece of shit.
I'd be hyped for my friend.
I would always be hyped for my friend. And you know what my response is? That's okay, baby. It's not a requirement. Can you take this picture of us though?
Thank you.
The fuck is your problem?
Bro, I know how crazy this sounds considering I'm a 90 Day Fiance buff. I'm walking on the street with my homegirl the other day. I think it was the black girl from Love Island. This bitch stops in her tracks, my homegirl. She goes, Weezy, my phone's dead. Oh, and I was like, what's going on? So the girl walking towards us knows what's going on.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on.
Was it Janae or Serena?
Don't know, bro.
Oh, God.
It was the one who was at WTF in LA. The one who did Sophia. The new one. The black couple, the one.
Oh,
Serena.
Odell's brother.
Serena and Cordell.
Cordell.
Yeah.
So she was super chill. And I'm like, yo, hold on, let me get my phone out. And I was like, do you have a podcast too? So she's laughing because my friend's having a breakdown. And I was like, oh my God, I'm not trying to be a bitch because I'm sure you do something great.
Yes. Yeah. And that's nice.
And while we're taking the photo, literally, she goes, you really ain't watching Love Island? Everybody watching Love Island.
I don't watch Love Island.
And I swear to God,
you're like,
I'm like, girl, I'm gagged because you're embarrassing me and I know why.
Yes.
Because I should. It's like a white girl not knowing who the new Bachelorette is.
It's
How the
true.
fuck I ain't know the black girl that
That's
won
true.
Love and
I didn't
Money?
even watch this season, but I know for a fact who won. I know who the top 3 girls were. I know the whole thing. I know the quotes.
No,
I don't know.
I need to watch the show. Anyway.
I know. I gotta get it too. I don't watch
It's
many
so
of the
good.
dating shows.
You don't watch Love is Blind?
Well, my problem
Yeah, Love
is,
is Blind is
first off, love has never blinded me. I'm shallow. So them niggas, I'm like, why y'all got a whole bunch of ugly people falling for each other over the phone? So it just don't make sense to me. What is this? Now y'all making ugly people like each other.
Oh my God.
So to me,
Well, always one be okay.
yeah, like no, I like Housewives and I like competition shows.
Okay.
So like Ink Master, The Voice.
Okay, yeah.
Shit where people got to get eliminated. Even The Circle.
Mhm.
I was watching on
Those
that
are the
for a
best
while. I like
shows on
competition.
But Love Island people get eliminated too.
Yeah, but I don't like, people already lie. They have to manipulate each other. And so to me, in a space, and for real, watching a whole bunch of 20-year-olds, oh my God. It's like, y'all don't know anything.
You know what?
Yeah.
though?
It's really like, I
You
wish
can
these shows had
fantasize
more
a little too much.
35-plus-year-olds.
Yeah.
Because watching 20-year-olds with the ultimatums or acting like they know what the fuck they want. What?
That was my funnest
And I
story.
told you, I didn't know
I'm a fan of, is it Too Hot to Handle? We had Dom on. We went on a date next day. I love me some Dom,
Stop.
girl.
Oh.
You got carjacked. There's a whole story.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
LA story, girl.
Oh,
But,
yeah,
but
that's
like,
LA
yeah, no,
story.
I don't want to watch a whole bunch of 22-year-olds looking for love.
Yeah.
Bitch, this person is going to be one of many.
But
Yeah.
Mindy,
This is
that's
not
what
gonna
makes
be-
it
I
fun
know.
because they're. See, let me tell you why it's not fun in your 30s. Then bitches want to be out.
Yeah.
When there's a girl that's 22 and she's like,
Yeah. And you're like, oh,
I
sweetie.
need that.
That's why I don't want to watch Delulu bitches.
Oh, I
But then
love
if it was us, they would be
I
like,
want
oh, this bitch is dumb.
I'd be crying.
I want someone in their 30s who like, wait, like I done had to pay for a sitter and my mama watching my kids back home. I'm really looking for love because I need a nigga to come in and be a father figure to my children.
Have you watched The Golden Bachelor?
No.
Oh, I heard that's fine.
What is that?
love
What is it?
it. The Golden Bachelor.
They're older.
Yeah.
What's older?
They was having drama.
Like they've Oh yeah, there's lots of drama. So the Golden Bachelorette is on right now, and one of the contestants, one of the guys that came on to date the girl who was on the Golden Bachelor, he has a restraining order filed against him from his ex-girlfriend or wife or whatever, and it's like a bad situation.
See,
There's
that's
drama.
I want people dealing with real life shit. These motherfuckers on these little shows don't even pay rent. They got a fucking cell phone bill to pay, and they just care about how many followers
They're
they
selling
got.
their parents'
You know what I
insurance.
mean? Like they ain't even dealing with real shit.
I love when they come on there. I'm a content creator. I'm too hot to handle because I'm always fiery inside. Ooh,
like
bitch, I be at the TV.
What is we doing?
Me and Nina, that's my dog. We right back.
Oh my God,
bro! When I tell you, my nigga looked at me like I was watching Game of Thrones. I was at the edge of my seat watching Love Is Blind.
Yeah. Hello.
You know what it is? It's an escape.
It is. It is, and it's great. It's
See,
great.
My escape is Industry on HBO. So.
Before we get out of here, I gotta know a show or an episode of Catfish that really blew your mind on Delulu, because people think these shows are fake, and people can't understand how these shows exist in 2024.
I can't understand in 2024 how you're getting catfished still.
Well, we were so obviously this is coming out after I've quit the show, but we were just getting into the relationships that people were in COVID. So pandemic relationships where they're now like, hey, it's been 4 years.
What about FaceTime? These people still don't care.
Don't care. Sometimes
that's their fault.
But we can say the same thing about in-person relationships. I like to give as much grace as humanly possible, just because we get in relationships all the time in real life that we know aren't right for us, but we ignore shit every day. Now, if I'm in a relationship with somebody and I'm calling this person my boyfriend or my girlfriend, and it's been 5 years and we've never been on FaceTime, that might be something else.
What about
they on a spectrum?
What is the way that you're finding? What's the easiest way to find out if someone's lying about their identity?
The easiest way to find out? Do you ever know somebody's true identity?
Right. That's
Scorpio. Do you ever know?
No.
You never really fucking
No, because
know.
someone can show up differently. Like
People send their representative all the time. So
All the
you
time.
just have to decipher. And I'm not saying you got to look for clues, because nobody wants to be in a relationship where they're constantly double back. I can't keep track of what's in your phone. I'm not doing all that extra legwork.
This is my first relationship where I haven't snuck and looked.
Don't.
I'm not looking through.
I'm not going to do it.
Why?
I'm not doing that.
I think I did it in the past because it was a habit. I had done it in my happiest moments, trying to ruin my mood. I have not done it. Don't care. bitch, a pussy could come up and I'll be like, who's this? Let me see.
Let me see.
But it's crazy
Show
because
me to me, please.
when you have a habit from how you normally get information, I have
Mhm.
learned whatever's in the dark comes to light.
Mm-hmm.
And you will find out as it's supposed to. So if that's really the truth, it's really the truth. But
That is gross.
digging for that shit
Yeah.
is crazy.
No.
I think I was obsessed. I think there's a chapter where I read about like, oh, if you go to sleep, I'll crawl on the floor, bitch. I'll be like, let me
Not on the floor.
I'm not looking
to
for
not,
nobody, so.
yo, you could say that. I thought I was that person too. There's a lot of things we all say we'd never do.
Yeah.
There is a lot of crazy things that your brain can do. And I know somebody listening has been through this. You don't even want to look. I wouldn't even see anything.
It's just second
sometimes.
nature. It's like being on your phone and like going to Instagram when you know you don't even have any, or like checking. I check like 10 apps before I put my phone down. Like phone,
You know,
Twitter, this, that. Yeah. You're like,
hear
bitch,
that,
ain't nothing. It's like opening up the fridge. You know what's in the fridge.
Yeah.
You haven't put shit in there
But
in
you
fucking
think
weeks.
something new gonna pop out at you, bitch. Something new gonna
could
pop out.
appear. But okay, so an episode of Catfish where somebody was on a different level of Delulu. There's been a lot of them, but I think one of my first episodes was we were working with a girl who believed that she was in a relationship with Chris Brown for 3 years.
I saw that one.
What they cut out was that she also believed that she was best friends with Drake for 5 years. So in
What?
her mind, this was like normal because she met them on Facebook. It's a whole thing. But one of the conversations that she brought up that they also cut out was that she basically on her birthday went out with a friend on Hollywood Boulevard. They went to a bar and she calls him because she just wanted to talk to him. And she said that a black Prius had pulled up in front of the bar. And it was a guy who looked like Chris Brown with a hat on. And she's on the phone with him and she's like, wait, is that you outside of the bar? And he was like, yeah, it's me. And then he sped off and she was like, well, you know, he just wanted to stop by to like wish me happy birthday, but like he couldn't get out of the car because of like who he is. And like, you know, celebrities, they have like their cars, but then they have like their, you know, low key cars. And I was like,
girl,
I said, I can promise you that Chris Brown's low key car
is not a Prius.
Not a black Prius.
Bitch, that shit is a regular Benz, maybe. It might be a
Beamer, maybe.
It's not a black Prius. I promise you.
You know what? The low-key cars for celebrities are in LA, I've noticed. The Tesla Cybertruck.
I knew you were going to say Tesla. But that's the low-key car. Like that's
it's not
the
a
fucking
Prius.
low-key car.
It's not a Prius.
Which is the fucking most disgusting car I've ever seen in my
But
life.
also, Chris Brown be outside.
Chris Brown be outside all the time.
He's be outside.
And by the way,
But she
I ended up
probably-
seeing him after that episode aired.
Oh my
He
God,
like
what'd he say to you?
reposted it. I was this is a funny story. I was with my ex at the time. And we're at Highlight Room.
That's where I saw him last.
He's always at
He's always at Highlight Room.
If you want to find Chris Brown, go to Sadiq Night on a Wednesday.
On a Wednesday,
Highlight Room.
He gonna be there.
Chris Brown is there.
And we can say this because right now it's the winter time, so Highlight Room right now ain't probably gonna be open.
That's not true.
Is it?
Oh wait,
It's
they do
open.
the inside. They do the inside.
It's
but
open.
it's just not open on the outside.
He'll be there.
He'll be there.
And
he'll be
Sadiq
there.
is now, shit, we're recording this during Fashion Week. Sean literally has Hakkasan in Vegas.
Yes. Oh, he's fucking killing it.
Yeah.
Shout out to Sean.
I was going to say, I saw him out and about in LA, but Sadiq is.
Wednesday.
If you need
Wednesday.
Sakina, Chris Brown.
That's the
go to
only.
Sadiq.
That's
You gonna see that? You gonna see? You gonna see all them niggas?
Wait, did he
they're
not-
all there.
I thought that he wrote the girl a message like it's not me or something on Catfish. He
Well,
didn't do that?
he posted it. He posted it on
This
his
is
story after it had aired,
After it aired.
and was like, "It wasn't me, but this is hilarious." So I'm like standing with my ex at the time, and Chris Brown comes over to me and gives me a hug. And the way he gave me a hug was like we knew each other. We've met when I was Miss Teen USA, but that was years ago. So my ex is looking at me like, I'm looking at Chris like, hi. I'm like, we met a long time ago, but like, and he was like, I watched the show. And I was like, oh, he was like, yo, I can't fucking tell you how many women are at my front gate on a weekly basis.
So crazy.
Because they think that they're talking to me on Facebook. It happens all the time.
Wow.
And you know what? It is somebody.
Oh my
Yes.
God.
I'm sorry.
Yes, it is.
That's exactly.
It
That
is.
is crazy.
It is.
I'm sorry to say.
But this time it actually wasn't. It was a young lady. I don't remember where she lived, but even because she said that Chris Brown had left her a voicemail, I was like, play the voicemail. That's the clip that went viral. The fucking voicemail
Sounded nothing like Chris Brown.
I said that is either a 24-year-old man or a 18-year-old woman. It ended up being like an 18-year-old woman.
I wonder what the woman is then asking men to do. Just make this voice message for her?
No, it was her.
It was her.
By the way,
It was her. She was just like, hey, hope your day's going well. I was like, listen, I've been listening to Chris Brown since I was
a kid.
I know
That
his
ain't
voice.
Chris Brown.
That is not Chris Brown's voice.
That is hilarious.
I do have to I know we got to go, but just one question. What is the purpose of catfishing if it isn't money?
Oh, there's so many reasons why people catfish.
Revenge, whatever, but like, why does someone want to do
Revenge, money, those are parts of it. But I think that, and again, this is me giving grace. Libra moon, hey, I'm going to get you all into astrology by the end of this day.
Never.
You know, you will. You will.
Never
you
gonna
will.
happen.
I think that people want to be loved and accepted. And I don't think that we are as gracious to how evil, mean, rude the internet is. Like, we meet so many people who are like, I tried to get on the dating apps as myself. I have posted my own pictures. I have been on the dating apps for years. Nobody ever swiped on me. So I thought, what if I just posted this picture of Denzel Washington? What kind of response would I get? And I got so many replies. Some people who use celebrity pictures are like, okay, I think in my mind that they have to know that it's not me. But they're into it anyway. I want to have the conversation. So like, let's keep this up. But for the people who use like other people's pictures, sometimes they're like, I have tried to use my pictures. It didn't work out. I was tired of feeling like I wasn't desirable.
Yeah.
I wanted people to get to know me for me. I wanted to just get to that next level. And this helped me to do that. So a lot of times it's that.
Girl, you know what I'm really thinking right now? Like, I have definitely been at the place where I never catfished or anything, but I just talked to someone because I was bored with the other options.
Bitch, you've never been in an AIM chat room where they say age, sex, location?
I absolutely did.
And you
I never
say
sent a different picture, but yes.
You never sent pictures because we didn't have to send pictures.
I definitely
It was
said
back in
a curvy girl.
I would say age 21.
Oh yeah, the chat line.
Sex,
I was
female,
always someone.
Location, Hollywood.
That's catfishing.
We all
if you
catfish.
lied about your goddamn age, you're
Of course.
If you had dial up at any point in time, you have catfished.
you catfished.
You have.
Absolutely.
I guess I never catfished with like the intent to meet or something. And so in my brain, it's not real because you're
the way I won't get on Hinge again. When I got on there, everyone thought I was a catfish because they know the podcast.
Yeah.
And I was like, bitch, if you know the podcast, I don't want to talk to you. But now I don't even want to be on here. Let me get the fuck up off this shit.
Let me delete this fucking
Let me
app.
leave this shit.
I get it. That's why I like Raya, but then I hear everybody say Raya.
I'm good on that.
Can I be honest? It's so crazy you found love on there because the men that I met on Raya would sometimes even try to like knock me down and say like, oh yeah, they love podcast. Like everybody thought they were important. I don't know. It worked for me for women too. Like people just, it's like real good looking people. That's what I found. Better than the other apps. But Raya has really hot girls though.
Yeah, I think all the good girls are on
like because on Raya you can look
and Hinge
on women because you can basically look on a location map, right?
Yeah.
I'd be like, these are bitches in my neighborhood.
Yeah.
I know.
Let me go outside. Let me take a walk.
Anyway, tell people where to listen to your podcast.
Relationship airs every single Friday.
Such a good name.
Thank you. And I record at What the Fuck Studios a lot. So you'll see me. So yeah, every Friday. And then you can find me on all of my socials at Kamie Crawford, Kamie. A lot of people like to leave the E off.
Wizard Kelly, your man. Bring him on an app.
Everybody said that. Like to just do it like his voice.
I did one on our
but
Patreon,
he's
my
like,
ex-boyfriend.
he so doesn't want to like, he doesn't
just do
care. He's just like, what do I even talk about?
That'll be funny.
He's not, he's like behind the scenes. I know.
Like an OnlyFans like that, bitch. At town.
Oh my God. Who was it?
I don't even think y'all would recognize her, but when I was on Twitter, she just was super popping with her boyfriend at the time. So when she made that comment to me, I'm like, you are literally my demographic for a guest. Like, bitch, Miss Teen USA, I don't want this song.
Hello? The fuck? She ruined her opportunity, and that's why I had to fill in.
Anyway, y'all, go check us out on patreon.com/horrible decisions. We give you all the tea on there. Our town halls are there. Our bonus content's there. Nudes, everything.
Nudes?
No.
Absolutely.
Oh,
Fuck not.
It was like somebody's racing.
Hell
Somebody just
nah.
fucking sprained their ankle
Well,
running.
by the time, log on, hurry up, because they could be gone.
Oh my God. This has been yet another episode of Horrible Decisions. Bye. I don't want the TV behind me, but I have a mailbox with my name that I got from HBO. So I was like, okay, that kind of looks kind of cool. We're just going to do this and switch it up today. I also want to thank you guys. The last on the hotline, I started with breaking down kind of where I was mentally. And so many of you reassured me that I'm not a bad person, which I appreciate. But I didn't realize, which I guess I don't realize until I see the comments and meet you guys in person, how much we all kind of live the same life, just a little bit, maybe at different moments in our lives. But we all are going through the same fucking shit, trying to navigate life, and life be lifing sometimes. I'm not in that place particularly anymore. By the time you guys hear this, y'all probably would have seen me cry on a regular episode. I've been dealing with grief lately. I lost a friend and former manager recently. And in dealing with grief, there was a lot of this idea of closure or regret for not, taking my trip to Tokyo or Dallas and spending more time with him. Because of course, if you know something is coming to an end or a person is leaving, you want to fill that up with great, amazing memories, right? So boom, story time. Y'all, this is really interesting because in speaking of closure, I did not know what closure would look like with a heartbreak. Yes. If you are sick of hearing about my ex, you could turn it off now. However, this is almost like the universe was like, bitch, let me do this for you in this grieving moment, XYZ, LMNOP. So boom. So I go to the funeral, rest in peace, Jason Hootie. So I go to the funeral and it's in Harlem. So I'm at the funeral over on 116th, I think it was. And funeral ends, and after the funeral, you got to go to the repast. So asking around, I'm starving. I did not eat that morning. Funeral, they had the viewing at 10, the funeral service from 11 to 1, and then the repast was 1 to 5. A bitch was hungry. A bitch was dehydrated because I had no more tears to cry. I just sat there and bawled my eyes out for literally about 2 hours. And so when it came time to eat, couldn't nobody tell me who cooked the food at the repast. And I was like, well, I just ain't go eat just anybody food. So went across the street to Amy Roos, had smothered turkey wings, because that's my shit if I go to a motherfucking soul food restaurant. So I had smothered turkey wings with sauteed okra and mac and cheese. And then I was with a friend of mine, Ayana, and Ishmael. And we were like, you know what? I want to go grab a drink. This has been a heavy last 2 weeks with the realization that we lost our friend. The service was beautiful, but very heavily emotional. And bitch, y'all know I be liking a drink. So we go on over to Harlem Tavern. We have a drink. About 4 more of our friends join us and end up heading back to the repast. So as we're leaving the bar, though, y'all ready for this? As we're leaving the bar, I see my ex's truck. Now, bitch, let me tell y'all how my heart again sank, but not really, because I didn't know what emotions to have, because y'all know I had already ran into the motherfucker at the park. So, where I had a whole panic attack. So I see his car and I'm like, I don't know if this is really his truck, but it makes sense because retired firefighter, that nigga gonna double park wherever. He don't believe in rules. He don't believe in tickets. He gonna park that car. So I look and see the car, and I go to the front to see in the dashboard or, see any stickers to identify the vehicle, and it's his. And I'm like, oh, this nigga gotta be at Bixie. Bixie is the bar right in front of where his car was. So I tell my homegirl, I was like, bitch, this is a nigga that broke my heart. This is his car. This is my ex car. Bitch, let's just go into the bar, get a shot, and I'm gonna be loud with it, and I'm gonna make sure he see me
You just caught a snippet of some bonus content over on our Patreon.
How are you not a subscriber yet? How? Patreon.com/horrible decisions for a bunch of really fun content from us.